Hello, Inspiring Inquisitors. This is Crimson, and you're watching some Dragon Age Inquisition. Now pick up where you left off after we've beaten the game, and now we're headed to the Storm Coast, and we're doing things here. If you want to figure out more about our rest of our playthrough after the game's over, go ahead and check out episode 66, or 2 episodes from here now. I had to re-record this episode several times now, because I have some massive technical issues with this game, but it's fine. You know, and thinking that how many times have I re-recorded this and I still can't come up with a good antonym or synonym for growth? I feel bad. But,
shall we have a look around?
you know, I like it better when Cole suggests that. I don't know, I'm just not liking Vivian, or as time comes across. Especially as Cole keeps telling me the things she's done, how evil she is. I dislike you, Vivian. Well, I'm glad you put barriers up. Alright, here's the warden thing that we're looking for here at the Storm Coast. We've got the blades of Lothram. They're some Andraste-based mercenaries. They work for me now. And I like it. Something about a fisherman singing a song as we left. He was the Daily Shelf.
The wardens.
I'm gonna rob this dwarven statue woman, and there's nothing she can do about it. I took her miniature throne. Because she's a miniature woman. Made of miniature stone. See, every time I go to this area, it's something different. What is it? What are you this time? I'm getting kind of weirded out by it. Alright, what are you? This is a Darkspawn with a blade of whatever. Okay, well they're all dead. How are you going? I think these are the blade guys, except they're wearing red. I don't know who you are, but I assume you work for me, because you're not trying to kill me. Is the box of scrolls here too? This has been different every time. I think I'm up to 6 or 7 now. Still different every time. Whatever. So, what point do I want to bring up? Okay. So, I want to talk about the zones and the zone design. And while each and every zone is, you know, unique and has its own ways that you can explore it, I feel that the zones would have been greatly improved with changes to the health system, to the leveling system, and to the questing system. So I've said this several times now, probably gonna have to say it again, who knows, we might crash here, but imagine if you know, had a heal spell, or your health regenerated, or, you know, your potions weren't so consumable. Imagine if the enemies scaled with you, instead of, you know, running through a zone encountering level 15 enemies, or, like now, being level 17 encountering level 7 enemies. And, the other thing I think would improve it greatly is that instead of this power side quest to progress thing, if they did it so you just went to your main quest and you could do side quests along the way more dynamically. You know, as opposed to, you must side quest to progress with the game. That would have improved my experience a lot. I don't know if you feel the same way, but that's how I feel. I wish they'd done it like that. I wish that the Pash would become a Pash. From the Canticle of Transfigurations, the piece of the Maker's Benediction, I can see your Canticle statue. Interesting sword it has. I want to take it for myself. So there's a golden poop and oh, I'm going the wrong way now. I think about it. Where is that rock I always get? Right here. I haven't crashed yet, which is pretty impressive. Did a lot of things to try to help it. Rolling back drivers, removing old memory sinks. So far, so good. Except for Origin. I hate you, Origin. Every time I tell it to not make that noise, it does that anyway. Why do I bother? Where's that? Oh, I'm getting so upset about other things. What else do I want to talk about? Okay, Hawk from Dragon Age 2. That's one I like talking about. This episode. Like, I wanna see the conclusion to his story. Which way am I going? I've lost myself. I don't know how many times I've collected this, and I'm still running in circles. But yeah. Well, there's a lot about Dragon Age 2 I don't like. Hawk and his dialogue, his writing, that was a pretty interesting story that I could go for sing again. Or not sing again, but sing concluded. The Grey Warden's China. I grew more convinced that he could, if anyone could hide himself, it would be him here. It would be he. It would be he, not him, but he. one of the fishermen shows promise with a spear. And he's got shoulders like an ox from throwing nets all day, man. I clearly wish to know more about the Dalish. Perhaps bandits are not the worst these people have to face.
Some wardens must have stopped here on the way to the western approach. Did they know what would happen to them there?
That is some stiff hinting to be able to support Blackwall. I'm impressed. Alright, so we're going to collect the golden poop. And do the astrological thing again. Like if I can remember it. I got it my first 2 tries. It's very complicated. I was very proud of myself. Didn't even take me that long. Maybe 3 minutes. You'll see in a second. Hello, undead. Unsettling dead. Look at these guys though. Level 15. I mean, at the start of the zone I was fighting level 7 dudes. I'm level 15. I mean, I beat an ancient Tevinter Magister Lord who was only level 17. And was his Archdemon Old God thing? You know, what level was that? Was that level 15? Or was that 17? God, I don't know. I want the leveling system to work differently. Go, Cole. Do things. What am I looting? Oh! Hey, the necromancer thing. Man, in one of my times through this, I got a Wisp Essence, like, way down by the end of the episode, and I was so happy. Because Wisp Essence is what you need for the, Night Enchanter thing. The stoned tree. A tree smoked the bush and it became stoned. Okay, so here's this thing. A very complicated one. No, we should be able to do it. I think for the number of times I've done it now, I can just fly through it. This one. Whoops. I got ahead of myself there. Let's do this properly. There we go. That's better. So yeah, you can't tell from how complicated this looks, just follow my quick mouse movements. Not mouse, I'm not using a mouse, I'm using a gamepad. Follow my quick gamepad movements. Whoop. Yep. Just remember to start here, is what I did. Get that line done. That was the trick to it. Ta-da! Pretty good, after you've done it 5 times. Constellation Belitanos, the maiden, the old god of beauty. And yes! Normally, I stood there right where those laser beams go and it hit me in the face. This is the first time, in all the times I've had to re-record this, that I didn't get laser beamed in the face. I'm very happy with myself. What was I trying to say? Alright, so now we're gonna go south to this, and we're just gonna walk through here and collect a lot of rocks along the way. Anyway, Hawk was an interesting character for the writing. The lines of dialogue, you could say you could actually make some decisions as Hawk, compared to this one where I don't feel like I was able to make a lot of decisions. And one thing Dragon Age 2 had that I haven't really experienced in Inquisition is that it built on itself a little bit. While it wasn't solid and didn't have a lot of background to it, where like as opposed to Origins, where you know everyone had a whole life, had a universe that you could explore through dialogue with them. Not many of these things drop 7. Dragon Age 2, you know, you met a character, they're like, I'm angry, and that's all I am. And in this game, they didn't present as much uniqueness, they're just doing a lot of building off of the Dragon Age 2 storyline. Hello, Crazy Mabari. Puppy ate too much Darkspawn meat. And not introducing a lot on their own. And the few moments that they do introduce things on their own, like I've got Cole here, he's a fun dude. And there is some nice things about him, but he's not very dynamic, you know. He's just I want to help people. I am empathy. And that's all. And Vivian is all two-faced, but there's 2 sides to her coin, not complex depth to her. Although maybe there'll be more when I end up talking to her later. Although the only times I have talked to her, she told me to bugger off, so we'll see. Yeah, I'm curious about the sexuality of the characters as well, I guess, since I tried to hit on her, and she's like, nothing can come from our relationship. I'm like, is that because I made a female character? Like, if you were a male and the game was doing that bug it likes to do, where it gives male characters the female dialogue, would you not be able to see your romance through? Anyway, back to the Spout Grove again. Also, I don't like Varric. In case you didn't get that, I don't like him a lot. Because of the way they wrote Dragon Age 2. I mean, could you ever like a story where it's being told to you, like Prince of Persia, where the whole thing is presented as he's retelling the story to someone and you're playing through it? And they actually made that kind of fun, and with the concept of you having a dagger that changes time, slightly, oddly, in a weird way, you know, that worked out for me. But when Varric's just telling the story, it's like, okay, so Varric's not going to die. That makes me sad. You know? Then Leliana, who I killed, is just alive. And I'm like, okay, well, that upsets me greatly. I don't want to talk to you. Are you just a bear? I'm gonna take your weed, bear. How do it make you feel? Is that about that bear? Why don't you give it some popsicle? Look at all these colors. Wee. That's better. Did you die? Thank you. Took your hide, bear. What you gonna do about it? He dead? That's what I thought. I have a little trip run down the river. My boots wet. Even though I'm always glossy. What did I say about the engine for 6 times? Actually, normally it crashes in the first 7 minutes. Also, I don't usually get to this point again. But, yeah, like, there's some great aesthetic visuals. You know, the art design is there. But the engine graphics are just so weird and inconsistent. And I guess it's all about the engine that EA is, you know, making everyone use. The engine that was developed originally for Battlefield 4, I guess. That's the first time it debuted. But I don't know, maybe it was here. But it is just weird, isn't it? Like, why is everything glossy, even indoors? And, you know, sometimes the rain, there'll be a building and it's in the rain and the roof is dry, but one of the walls is wet and the rest are fine. And it's just, like, sometimes the leaves, you know, you can look at them and you'll be like, oh, it's textured and sometimes it moves. But if you look closely like this, like, what am I looking at in an engine right now? I don't know. And, you know, sometimes the spell effects will be like, boom, look at all these colors, it works. It's like the particles developed for consoles. In the lighting, but other spell effects, it's just like, did they even try? Did you guys even put in an effort, friends? We start spawn are fighting a bear. No, I don't think he's gonna win. Blackwall slightly approves, as always. Darkspawn teeth. Now, did I already say that I've been accidentally selling all valuables and selling all my research materials? Because I have been. It was not nice. Hello, fun cave. Give me your spiders. I need the... What was it from spiders that I needed? For my geological survey or whatever it was? I don't know. But yeah. A lot of the games that were developed for PS4 and Xbox One, which obviously this game was. If you play this game on PC, you definitely know that. This PC for short is awful. Spider Ichor is there in the for. Is they do these particle lighting effects, and they just abuse it all the time, which I think is what caused this glossiness on the engine, and is why the spell effects are what they are. Because remember in Dragon Age 2, like there's a lot of satisfying things, but it was just kind of like not dynamic at all. If you know what I mean, like a graphic effect not being dynamic. I mean, it just kind of plays out there regardless of the world, and it's the same thing here. You know, I see that the spell effects go, and if it connects with me, it explodes into, you know, this. But I wish I could zoom in. There we go. But you know, if I run through the fog and I just coexist. I don't take the fog with me. I'll move the fog. And that seems like something that they would do. But maybe development time was what I thought it was. I mean, if you've heard of like what Ubisoft's game development went like back in the Watchdog days, when, man, that was something. And maybe it was like that at EA. It seems silly, but you know, it could be. You there? What are you again? Despair demon. Get out of here. I will loot your chest while you're still alive, fool! I took your hat. Did you guys kill him already? Thank you. Long range laser beam. Man, my voice is kind of dead, and I can still do that. Oh, settle. Whatever. Looting. Quest complete. Figurine of armored Andraste. Okay. Well, I didn't get that wisp essence I found here that one time. I'm very sad about that. Apparently you can only choose one of the 3 specializations for your class. Energize. So yeah, that's engine stuff right there. Jump loot. How many times have I done that bug where I jump and I land on something and I just kind of flip-flop around? Like skate in the air for a while. Whoop. That's kind of weird. Okay, we have 2 down here, right next to each other, and 1 all the way here to the right. This one honestly took me a while. Where is it? There it is. Bam. Respotted. And 1 golden poop. Collect the golden poop. No! I just wanted to jump. That's why I made the Skyrim reference. I really appreciate lyrium falls with a lyrium rains down upon your head. Skyrim has a jump button that's different than the interact button. Ah, man. I feel kind of weird not making those two things together, but that's why I thought about it, and I was like, man, I sure like that about Skyrim. I could jump near things that I'd interact with. Although I do like not having to look directly at something to loot it. Like, to be able to just be near it and have it highlight, be like, do you want to loot this? Like, okay, maybe not, and then I could use, like, the D-pad to cycle through things nearby. That would be nice. Cave, are you respawning already? Or are you just gonna do this forever? I just want your wisp essence and your other loot! Did you see that loot be right in front of me, then teleport away? Oh yeah, here's the particle things. I'm running through this mist, but the mist isn't running with me. That's the point I wanted to make about the engine. At that time ago. That wasn't that long ago. I want the effects to be more dynamic instead of just static. That would redeem it to me. Even though maybe the game was developed for a really long time and they weren't able to use advanced graphic technology that was coming out, but I think the kind of technology I'm asking for has been out for a while, you know? There we go. Here's all my spider things, I can fulfill that. I think I'll collect the last shard here and we'll fast travel to freedom. Prophet's Laurel, is that a rare one? It's one I haven't had yet. I would rather have some wisp essence. So I got this energized at the end. I'm wondering if I missed. Would you stop it, jerks? What are you even? A darkspawn? Don't care. See, if the leveling scaled with me, I'd care about the darkspawn, you know? Be like, oh, it's some guys that are attacking me.
Do you even understand what's happening in the world?
I heal the helpless. Give hope where there is hurt.
But you've killed before.
Yes, before I knew what I was.
Why should we believe you can help now?
It hurts too much. I can't be me. Have to be someone who never killed. Help enough and I'm different. I'm not me. Believe it to become it.
Maker's balls.
We can change. If we want it enough.
Andraste's ass and Maker's balls. I'm liking this. Collect the shard. Kill the spider. Alright, well, look at the floor again. Why does that keep happening? Loot, bam, nothing. I don't know what that bug is, but I'm unhappy about it. But hey, I'm not gonna jinx it. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm gonna hopefully fix that bug. My hat is off to you.